Entertainment luxury.
Luther Ronzoni Vandross Jr. was born April 20, 1951, at Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan's Kips Bay Area. He was the fourth child and second son of Mary Ida Vandross and Luther Vandross, Sr. In 1974, Vandross got his first break when his boyhood buddy Carlos Alomar obtained a gig supporting British singer David Bowie, and encouraged Vandross to join him. During the recording, Bowie overheard Vandross give some background vocal arrangement ideas to Alomar. Bowie admired the concepts and quickly engaged Vandross to perform and arrange backing vocals for the record. When the record was ready, Vandross joined Bowie's tour as a backing vocalist. Throughout his career, he sold over 25 million records. Vandross also received 8 Grammys, including 4 for Best Male R&B Performance and Song of the Year. Throughout his 20-year solo career, he received an astounding 31 Grammy nominations. Today we'll be taking a look at the top 8 luxury buys of Luther Vandross. Before we start, don't forget to poke that like button and subscribe. Number 1, 1985 Mercedes-Benz 380 SL. The Mercedes SL sports vehicle was part of the third of 5 generations of SL sports cars produced between 1972 and 1989. Forget Black or AMG, the most famous letters in Mercedes history are SL. Mercedes SL Sport-liked vehicles have set the standard for silver aero performance for decades, and they continue to serve as the foundation for the company's most impressive sports cars today. In 1986, Vandross, 34, was engaged in an automobile accident with his Mercedes-Benz SL convertible. Prosecutor Martin Vraniker at the time said the singer was driving too fast on twisting Laurel Canyon Boulevard. On January 12, 1986, when he lost control of his 1985 Mercedes-Benz, which slid past the center line and collided with 2 approaching automobiles. Vandross filed a surprise no-contest plea on the second day of his trial as part of a plea deal with the city attorney's office. In exchange, the misdemeanor vehicular manslaughter charge was dropped. Here and now. Number 2, Conors Farm Home, Hart Howerton, the iconic multinational firm, designed and owned by Robert Lamb Hart, with clientele which includes the Pebble Beach Company, the Rockefeller family, and Disney parks. Luther Vandross Conors Farm Home, where he formerly resided at, was on 14.83 acres and exemplified the finest of rural Greenwich lifestyle. Luther Vandross called it home in the late 1990s. Superior architectural detail, such as wall-to-wall windows, 12-foot ceilings, and meticulous detailing, define almost 16,000 square feet of luxurious living space. The main mansion has a great chef's kitchen, a wine tasting area, and a separate staff wing. Amenities extend over the beautiful 14.83 acres, which included a guest house, pool house, and tennis court. Number 3, Music Studio. Vandross' desire on complete creative control over his recordings hampered his ability to secure a solo recording deal. Another issue was the predominance of disco, a musical style that contradicted Vandross' lyrical approach. Finally, in 1980, Vandross used his own money to rent a studio and begun recording. He brought the resulting handful of tunes to Epic Records, who instantly offered him a deal. In 1981, Epic released Vandross' debut solo album, Never Too Much. The album sold over 1 million copies, debuted in the top 10 of Black pop charts, and ultimately began Vandross' solo superstar career. Your Scret Love, Why Can't We Tell Somebody? Number 4, Diamond Bracelet and Ring. It's no secret that Luther Vandross had a big appetite, but a peek at the contents of his estate, which was auctioned off, shows he also had superb taste. Luther's platinum diamond bracelet and 4-carat diamond ring were on display at an auction house in Morris Plains, NJ. Vandross, who died in 2005, had hundreds of place settings, cutlery, service pieces, wine goblets, and champagne flutes from prestigious brands such as Tiffany, Lalique, Limoges, and Baccarat. Number 5, Food. Luther was a generous, kind, funny, and hugely talented man. But sadly, I witnessed him struggle with food addiction. Mr. Diabetic, the assistant at the time, felt this way about his employer, Luther Vandross. Mr. Diabetic continued, "In reflection, I feel Luther's behavior was similar to other addicts. He was either sober, abstaining from carbohydrates, or using, binge eating. No one talks about food addiction as they discuss or glorify drug use. But in my opinion, Luther was wrestling with a monster just as powerful and seductive as cocaine. Unfortunately, he lost the battle. He felt trapped in his body, and it caused him physical, mental, and emotional heartache." The Luther Burger, a bacon cheeseburger served on a Krispy Kreme donut bun, is a real food named after the R&B artist, and might illustrate how Vandross' inventiveness for food innovations was limitless. The true relationship between the singer and the burger can't be completely obvious, but there is a notion that there is one. Rumor has it that the donut cheeseburger mixture was one of Vandross' favorite foods, and some versions even claim that the singer devised the meal, when he ran out of hamburger buns. We don't absolutely know if any of those statements is genuine, but the dish's name implies that at least one of them is. You know the world would be yours. Number 6 documentary. CNN Films has bought a documentary about R&B musician Luther Vandross, which is set to broadcast in 2025, the 20th anniversary of his death. CNN Films announced that award-winning director Dawn Porter's Luther, Never Too Much has been purchased in collaboration with OWN, Oprah Winfrey Network. Porter previously collaborated with CNN Films on the film John Lewis, Good Trouble. The documentary will follow Luther's epic story throughout his career, culminating in his 2005 death at the age of 54, due to stroke problems. Raindog Films and Foxhole Productions are producing the film for Sony Music Entertainment and Sony Music Publishing, in partnership with Trilogy Films. The documentary is set to air on CNN, OWN, and Max in 2025. Number 7 Women Clothing. Patti LaBelle was interviewed by Entertainment Weekly in 2005 right after his death, and was asked what she recalled about Vandross. She replied by saying, "I first met Luther maybe 40 years ago in New York. I was playing the Apollo Theater with the Bluebells and he came backstage and lied through his teeth. He said he was a designer delivering clothes to us. I knew that he was just a kid trying to get backstage, so I let him come and meet us. After that, he became our fan club president. He never made us any clothes, but over the years he did buy me truckloads of them, Gianni Versace dresses, beautiful earrings. I guess since he lied to meet me he was trying to make up for it. I surely didn't know he was such a super talented singer when I met him. I didn't realize it until years later, after he started singing with Roberta Flack and David Bowie. Hold Me Closer and Every Minute of Every Hour, Feel the Power of Love." Number 8 Album rights. Early in Luther Vandross's career, Vandross formed Luther, a singing group, because he was not yet ready to venture out on his own just yet. While they had a popular single with It's Good for the Soul, the group's albums Luther and This Close to You, released in 1976 and 1977, did not do well. After the group disbanded, Vandross purchased the rights to each album. This set the tone for how Luther approached his musical works throughout his career, which helped propel him, and also his estate presently. Baby Don't You Know I Love You So. This is the end of Top 8 Luxury Buys Luther Vandross. Make sure to tap the like button, and subscribe, to see our next list. Bye for now.